Townsville's Deputy Mayor is not confident that the majority of local residents understand the full impact of the city's port expansion. The expansion is planning to reclaim approximately 100 hectares of land that will accommodate for an increase in export and import facilities. Townsville's Deputy Mayor Vern Veach says the local community is not fully aware of what the expansion involves and its potential environmental effects.
I think that's up to the leaders of the community to take that forward, and the leaders, including the Port Board. So, I feel that there has to be a leadership issue here.
Vern warns the leadership isn't just about economics.
We've got to look at the long-term potential adverse impacts on part of the economy if we don't get it right.
Vern says the development needs to ensure that it is a localised effect.
We are responsible in the way that we develop in the area, particularly with the built environment, and that we look after the natural environment and do it sympathetically. And the environmental cost today, we're paying it tomorrow.
The Townsville Port has 3 separate developments, including the almost completed Inner Harbour expansion, which is home to the new cruise ship terminal, the port expansion project that will house an additional 6 berths, and the City Port Precinct that will be on the banks of Ross Creek. Dredging of almost 10 million cubic metres would be required for the Outer Harbour port expansion project. Just under half of the dredged soil will be collected and used to reclaim 100 hectares of land required to build the berths. The remaining dredged seabed will be moved to an appropriate sea site. Local environmental activist group ActNow protested on the 9th of April to raise awareness of the dangers surrounding the required dredging for the project. ActNow's president Jonathan Bester says although some expansions are required, Townsville's port does not need to be developed.
2 of the biggest coal terminals in the world in Queensland, plus 6 smaller ones. It's ridiculous. It's overkill, and it's in the middle of our Great Barrier Reef World Heritage Area. It shouldn't be happening.
Stated on the Port of Townsville website, the port expansion project will accommodate for an anticipated trade volume increase that is set to triple in the next 20 years. Expansion will allow for this expected growth by 2040. Local mining group Curtin Brothers are regular users of the port, exporting iron ore to China. Employee of the local company Rob Perkins says they'll be pleased when the Port Authority develops the deepwater berths.
That'll mean we can bring bigger ships in to take our iron ore to China, and that'll reduce our freight costs.
Although the expansion is a good idea, Perkins says that more consultations regarding the order of developing would have been better.
I wish they would have gone about it the other way around and done the deep water ports out the front before they did the inner berths, but that's life.
An environmental impact statement is currently underway and is due for completion in the 3rd quarter of 2014. This is Judith Aisthorpe for JCNN.